Are we up? I think we're up. We get a countdown, we get like a 3, 2, 1, and then it goes kind of grey for like 20 seconds sometimes, or a minute. So the 3, 2, 1 really means nothing. And anyway, then we're live. So good morning, welcome along. We've got a team out. I'll introduce you to them in a second or two. Excuse me, my nose is a bit runny. Definite change in the weather this week, absolutely. From this to, I can't really see it because of the trees, but over in this direction it's incredibly grey, drizzly, and it's quite windy where we are as well. Excuse me while one of the pups has decided to go to the toilet here, so we'll just pop the phone down for a second or two while we sort this out. Bear with me. I'm more concerned about Ruby's line pulling over the camera stand. There we go. Good boy. Good boy, Charlie. Excellent work, young man. Morning, everybody. Those that are with us already, thank you for tuning in. Bear with me. We always do a little introduction each session. We'll do that again. Today will be no different. We're not there yet, though. We're just getting started. There we go. There we go. Right, it appears that we're up and we're live. How's the audio? How's this working? It's quite windy where we are today, so I'm hoping the mic is improving things for us all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome along. Wherever in the world, whatever time of the day it is you're watching Crighton Pet Services live dog walk. I'm Stephen Crighton. You join me and my team on Tuesday the 7th of October. We've got 9 dogs out. It's our morning session. And in case you're new to the channel, which so many of you will be, thank you for tuning in first off, but I'm a professional dog walker. I look after these little puppies. That's my job. And as a sidebar, as an addition for the owners, I show the owners exactly what we do with the dogs while we're out and about. It's a lovely way for them to see their poochies and puppies engage with the team, and also show them how I work, how well looked after their dogs are, what we get up to, where we are, and why they come home so tired. So welcome along. Welcome everybody. I suspect we've not quite got any of our regulars in yet. Usually the chat is flooded with a few good mornings from our usual subscribers and regulars. So if that doesn't apply to you yet, please, by all means, you can join the team. You can be part of the pack. A couple of ways you can do it. If you're watching on a mobile device, up here somewhere should be 3 dots. If you click on those 3 dots, you can then view information about today's video. You can like the video if you so wish, and you can see information about the channel as well. So by all means, go ahead, do those things, take part. From that, if you like the channel, of which I see a couple of people have done that already, which is very kind. By the time we get to 10 likes, we'll give the dogs a little training biscuit, courtesy of you guys. So these guys will all get a little training reward for all their hard effort today so far. Two seconds. Morning. I see you didn't want that to happen. Which way are you going? Which way are you going? If you keep going that way, I'll bring the rest of them down then, because there's a few more behind me here. Come on, young lady. Come on. I don't want to show her. She's obviously struggling a little bit with the dog that she's got. Our guys are just fixated on what's going on here. Right, we'll start moving down. There's another dog walker coming on. spin the camera back around. I'll come to the chat in a second, folks. Thank you for just bearing with me for that wee second or two. Good River. Good puppy. River, this way, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. Well done, folks. Well done. Right, I see there's some chats coming in. Killa's with us. Good morning. CK is with us. Janelle is with us. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome along to our little session. We're going to keep plodding along on our path. I'll just explain what happened there. So there was a couple of dogs ahead. Harris and Mac were just up ahead of me, and there was a woman coming, and she arrived at that junction, and she could go that way, or the way that we were, straight ahead. And she was going to the side. She was going off in one of the directions, but she stopped right on the apex, right on the corner, and waited for my dogs to arrive, and then shouted pretty vigorously at her own dog, no, as if she didn't want them to interact. And I was thinking, well, if you didn't want that, you could have just done it, and it would have completely avoided the situation altogether. But so we kept the rest of the squad back, those that weren't already involved in the meet and greet of this new dog. And usually we just allow the dogs to, for new dogs that we meet, about 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds, that kind of time to engage. And then at that point, when she hadn't done anything, after a few seconds, that's when I stepped in and said, hey, you know which way are you going? You just keep going that way. And these guys will just hang fire. And off she went. But she really struggled with the dog. I mean, she had to put her whole weight into taking the dog with her. So look, the dog seemed friendly enough and what have you, and probably very young. So I'm guessing still in the training phase, but she wasn't sure what she was doing. Let's put it that way, which is, it's a bit of a shame. It's a bit of a shame. I don't want to make her day any more strenuous by bumping into us, that's for sure. That's part of the challenge of taking these guys out all together, is that there's lots of people that won't want to see us, and we do our best to keep out of their way, but it's not always possible. It's not always the easiest thing in the world to do. But of course we come to places like this because typically the only people who are out and about at the moment are other people with dogs, and or people who don't mind dogs, essentially, who are like the outdoors. So we're not taking the dogs to school playgrounds or high street shops or anything like that. We're taking them to a place where it's unlikely we're going to have any real knock-on effect of people who don't like dogs. Sorry, one of the other dogs has just gone to the loo again. Bear with us. I see some chats have came through just now. Some more have came in. Let's get to them in a second. Duty calls, first of all. How are we all doing this morning? How is everybody? Good morning, everyone. Good morning. If this is the first time seeing my face, my name's Stephen. Welcome along. Welcome to my little channel. And welcome being part of the team today. In case you missed it, and I say this 2 or 3 times as we go around, so just in case you've missed it, you are part of today's session just as much as the dogs are, because you're responsible for when they get their training rewards. They're doing quite well so far, and every now and again we will reward them for their good behaviour, but we do that sporadically. We do that in the same way that Las Vegas slot machines pay out randomly, and that keeps you engaged for longer. So that's the same with the dogs. When we reward them randomly, they're more likely to be more in tune with me. This way, guys. River, good boy, and respond to requests like that. There's River, just came out the little hole in the wall there. So so you can contribute to that by your like adds about 10% of their training reward. So up here, if you're on a mobile device, click the 3 white dots, like the stream. I think you can also double click the screen to like it. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know you can definitely come up here and do that. And so when we get to 10, they'll get a reward and because those 10 likes will come in at a random time, that's when we get the sort of best engagement out of the dogs. So thank you for being part of the day. Right, what are we seeing in the chat, folks? We've got people on from Kansas. MK, good morning. Blue Grill, what beautiful puppers. Hello from Cleveland, good morning. The States are with us. Espolo, Solo, good morning. And Adele says hi, good morning everyone. Good morning, Killer. We're not too chatty this morning, yeah I know. What's wrong with everybody? Have we not had our coffees yet? Have we not had our coffees yet, Killer? Killer, one of our long-standing members. You'll see the different, if you're in the chat just now, you'll see the different colour and the different logo next to Killer's name. That's because he's supporting my little channel by becoming a member. He gets to see all the behind-the-scenes footage, and there's many more things coming, especially this week. We've been working on quite a few things, Killer, you'll be pleased to hear. So there's a few different bits and pieces coming in the post. Mike Brown, you were born in Greenock. Where are we? We're in Edinburgh, Mike, but I know Greenock well. My family spent quite a lot of time over in Rothesay, which I'm not sure if you're familiar with, but you basically get the ferry out to Rothesay just past Greenock at Weems Bay. And so it was a regular stop off, a regular haunt for our family before we boarded the ferry. So welcome along, thanks for joining us. Where in the world are you now? We've got S Paradise joining us from Monterey, California. Alan Saxon, good day from Australia. Good day, mate. How's it going, mate? How's it going? That's the best you'll get out of me. That's the best. Are these dogs homeless? No, not at all. They have homes. I've just collected them from their homes. And we're out and about for our walk this morning. And then I'm going to take them back to their homes after we're finished. My job is just to take them for their exercise, their enrichment, to make sure that they get all of their nonsense out of their system. Like Canis here. Who you growling at? Who you growling at, buddy? Who you growling at? Hey, you growling at me? You better not be growling at me. You better not be growling at me. He's, I don't know if you can hear it on the mic, but Harris loves this yellow line that Ruby's on. And he tries to tear it to bits. I think he thinks it's a snake or something. I'm not sure what he thinks actually. Maybe I'm putting words in his mouth. Mike, you're now in Abbotsford. What does BC stand for again? Hang on. Don't tell me in the chat. Don't tell me. I'll try and remember. BC. British Columbia? Is that right? That sounds right-ish, but I don't know if that's right for Canada. Anyway, welcome along to our little channel. If this is your first time joining us, please, we go live every day. Feel free to join us again later this week. If you can't make live every day, it's maybe a bit early for you guys. Whoa, I'm falling over. The videos of our live stream go up as, our live streams go up as videos after we're finished doing the live, so you can catch up with it at a later point during the day. I know that so many people do that. There'll be a lot of people still sleeping that are desperate to catch up with our session today, so feel free to hit that subscribe button if you wish. Yeah, I got it. 3 a.m. What are you doing, Mike? Are you still awake or are you up early? That is the $1 million question. That's the $1 million question. Good morning. How you doing? Oh, Harris, you're putting people off. You're grumping. The little one there beside Mac, the black dog. You maybe can't see them very well because we're moving so fast, and the leaves are a bit camouflaged, but this one here isn't one of ours, obviously. But the team welcomed them very effectively there. I was saying a few minutes ago as well, we allow about 3 to 5 seconds for a new dog to interact with each individual dog. And that time frame differs depending on how responsive the dog is to our dogs and so on. Some of them don't like packs of dogs. It's completely understandable, especially if they've not been very well socialised and brought into their adolescence. So I'm going to just take Ruby and the team over to the right hand side. This way, River, Harris, Mac, in you come guys, in you come. There's two reasons for this. We're going to let this runner past us without slowing down their personal bests. And also you guys have contributed to the dog's day already. We've hit 10 likes. Thank you very much. Here we go. Hello guys. Good Alfie. Good Juno. Good River. Good Charlie. Good Mac. Good Nell. Good Barney. Good catch, buddy. I know I can rely on you. Ruby? Ruby? What have I got for you, sweetheart? This is for Ruby. Thank you. Good girl. Harris? Fancy one? You cutting down, mate? You trying to give up? Do you want one? No, Harris doesn't often take. We'll maybe take on the second or third attempt, assuming that we get to 20 likes. So just let me spin the camera around in case you're just joining in, because, especially if you're watching on a mobile device. Up here it'll tell you the number of likes that we've had. Because we've hit 10, the dogs get a little training biscuit as a reward for their royalties for being the stars of today's show. So they're getting paid in kind, and that payment is determined by you guys, because as the likes come in, they will get their rewards. So we've hit 10. When we hit 20, we'll do the same again. So if you've not done it already, there you go. You've had a little sneak preview at it, and you personally contribute about 10% to that. So we really appreciate it. There's 9 dogs. Basically, your like is giving one of the dogs a treat. So you can either tell us in the chat which dog you'd like that to be, or you can just wish it. You know, it's up to you. It's up to you. But thank you for that. We've hit the first marker, and let me tell you, if you were here just now giving them that treat personally, they would be all over you. I know that looked very civilized and they were very calm in the delivery of getting that biscuit, but if you were here, they would be jumping around in high as kites for their little reward there. So thank you. Mike, you're on the graveyard shift. Oof. Yeah, not a fan of that. That's why I started working for myself. Good girl, good girl. Are they all your dogs? No. The business looks after around about 25 dogs each week, and we've got 9 out just now. We've got 8 out this afternoon. No, we've not. We've got 7 out this afternoon. We've got 1 on injury leave. Let's go and have a look at what Ruby's up to. This is one of the reasons why she's on the long line, folks. She's doing a little bit of hunting down the foxhole. No, 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 no. Not under, thank you. Not under. Not under. Thomas Jimson. It's a name you wouldn't see very often. Jimson. Hi, how are we doing? They're beautiful dogs. Thank you, Mike. I hope we're helping you get through the graveyard shift, bud. I really do. Is this your team? Or the Itero team? The Tuskies are doomed this year. It's not a thing that's obviously common here in Scotland, but I am aware of it. I've watched a documentary on the Husky teams. It's a fascinating race, that, isn't it? It's fascinating. The thing I watched, how did I see it? No, was it a podcast maybe? Was it a podcast? And the woman was telling me that, or the guy was saying that he was doing it in memory of their son or something like that. I forget. I shouldn't start the story not knowing it. I'll see if I can go and dig it out from my archives of my podcast listened to. But it was one of the most fascinating things. I'm so fascinated with how the dogs cope with it. And they were talking about how, as an experienced handler, like, you know, with 8 dogs in front of you, you would still know which of them weren't pulling, even though they were running, and things like that. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal stuff. Just how much they're motivated to do it, how much drive they have to run in the snow, and the colder it is, the more they run. That's amazing. Amazing. What a great comment to jog my memory. Thanks, Gage. Are they still coming? Remember, you guys are responsible as well. If they're not doing what they need to do, we need to reward them a bit more quickly and effectively. You'd rather be Mike, now listen, I don't know what you do for a living, and I wouldn't dare ask, right? But today, we're out and about in the wind, and it's quite mild. But this week we've had to battle a storm, or like in the last 7 days we've had to battle a storm. That was Friday. So you should be careful what you wish for. It's not all, you know, having fun with the puppies. It's battling the elements. It's being outside. It's dealing with people who don't like dogs. It's getting wet and cold, and then toweling the dogs off. 9 dogs to towel off after this is a long slog. What did that one owner think of? Killer. Give me more to work with. I'm with you, I think. Just jog my memory what you're talking about. Sorry, I'll come back to that. Oh, you work with the homeless. Wow, what a rewarding thing. I can imagine it's pretty tough. Touch wood's not something I've had to personally deal with. Touch wood, but can imagine it's just a bit of bad luck away for a lot of people. I'm sure. Oh yeah. Oh, thanks for calling me out like that, Killer. Yeah, no one mentioned it actually. I suspect the owner didn't get that. Sometimes they watch it back a few days later. Sometimes because their dog only walks a couple of days. I'd set up the phone and we were just sitting down having a chat in a little area like this. Say I just plonked myself down there, the dogs all swarm around me when I sit down. We were getting cuddles, I'm chatting away to the camera, and then the next thing I know I'm getting kissed by the dogs. One of the dogs. 2 seconds guys, one of the dogs is just doing their business. Let me plonk the camera down. I don't know if that's going to stand there. There we go. Good boy, Alfie. Good boy. Good boy. We're still here, folks. You can maybe hear the rustling behind the camera here. There we go. Apologies if the camera's a bit shaky. This is just the best for the dogs, the enrichment, the terrain, especially this time of year. What we've got is, so you've got all the rotten veg of all the crunchy leaves, and there's still more to fall, as I'm sure you can see. So over the next month, this becomes a hive of activity in terms of all the little insects and mammals that live here and eat all the bits and pieces. the dogs love that, of course. And then additionally, this time of year here is mating season for quite a lot of mammals, so that come springtime, their little cubs and pups and litter are born, and because of that, all the mammals are scent marking the area, rubbing themselves up against the trees and things like that, and the dogs just go crazy for that. So just now they're fairly calm in comparison to how I remember them in autumn last year. It's interesting. You get paid to stay healthy, it's win-win. Those dogs are terrific together. They feel your positive energy. That's so kind. Thank you. You know, every now and again I just get caught out by the overwhelming kindness of the people watching along. And just something like that it's hit me right in the heart. Thank you. Yeah, they work well together, and we work hard at making them work well together, if that makes sense. They get a lot of freedom, they get the right to make a lot of their own decisions, but then they get rewarded for making good decisions, so it's kind of win-win for them as well. Ruby does like to snag me on every tree root and blade of grass that she can. Hey guys, you okay now? Nell's freshly groomed. She missed her session yesterday because she was getting her little haircut. Let's get her on camera in a second. We're coming out into a totally different terrain here, from the woodland into the open space. For those watching in the States or in Canada in particular, I get asked all the time if this is my land, to which I say yes, obviously. But as a Scotsman, I'll just point out that we have no trespassing laws here in the UK, so we've got the right to go anywhere where we like, including I could take these guys into your backyard and walk them if I so wished. You might not be desperate to use my services, and I might get some bad reviews on Facebook, but I can do that if I wish. But we don't do that, obviously. We take them to places like this, which are, this is like a nature reserve, I think, and the sort of key to it is that all we leave behind is our paw prints, and so you'll maybe see, I don't know if you can tell what that is, but that's all the dog's poo that I'm taking with us. So any of them stop at any point and we're picking that up, taking it with us. What are you doing over there? What are you doing, sweetheart? We're so close to 20 likes, folks. We're super close. You get that 20th like, the dogs get a training treat courtesy of you guys, so I hope everyone who's contributed is still with us. You pick up the waste by law or by courtesy? There's actually a bit of both. There's a bit of both. In certain places it's a requirement to pick it up, and then in other places it's like, well, should you, shouldn't you? So I'm always branded. Gage, no, who was it that asked that? Sorry, Killer. Yeah, so I've always got my branded clothing on. There's like stuff on the back as well. Well, maybe there's not stuff on the back of my fleece, but there's stuff on the back of my t-shirts and jumpers and things. So you just don't know who's taking photos and videos and stuff. And if I'm going to go viral, I want it for the dogs kissing my lips, not for me having dogs that are out of control and leaving all their mess behind. So we'll just pick it up wherever we go. It's just a good habit to be in. It saves the argument. Yeah, that's fair enough. I've got to go. All right, Mike, thank you. Thank you for tuning in to us. We'll hopefully see you again. Have a great shift. Yeah, you got to represent, that's it. You need to care for staff and clean their bottles. Nobody will mess with. Are they coming? We've got the rear view mirror on. This way. Good boy, River. Good boy. Yeah, my selfie stick is like the modern day Bird's Crook, isn't it? Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Are they still coming? Are they still there? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Oh, we hit our quota of likes. Once we get out of this little rabbit run, we'll plonk the camera down and we'll give them another little biscuit. How are we all doing, guys? Are we enjoying the stream? Are we having lots of fun? Is it a nice distraction from what's going on in the world? I hope so. I hope they're putting a little smile on your face. Keep coming, puppers. We're doing well. And just come round the other side of this bush and then give them their biscuit. I'll set the camera up as well. And I like to use the tripod so that we can sort of show you a bit more. You'll see what I mean in a second, because I'll go and stand over there. There we go. And you should still be able to hear me as well because of the mic. Alfie, come. Come on, boys. Juno, thank you. Who's that? Who's that? Good Alfie. Good Juno. Good River. Good boy. Well done. This is from the lovely people on YouTube watching along. Good Barney. Good Charlie. Good Nelly New. Good girl. You're looking great. Good Ruby. Who's not had? Oh no! We're still here. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. The wind blew the camera over. Well, that's not so good, is it? That's not very clever. You're also with us. What time are we at? Almost 11:30. My session runs typically from 10:30 to 11:30 with the dogs, but I never start at 10:30. I'm always running late. And that is not because of me. Let me just explain something. When I go and pick up the dogs, let me just spin this round. You're always met with like, there's something that's gone wrong with the dog since you last saw them. So the owners are usually, quite a lot of the owners are working from home or they're around when I'm picking the dog up. And there's always just something that I need to be like made familiar with. So usually my 10:30 start turns into like 11:15 because we've been chatting away. And I can't just sort of say, oh right, that's great to know. I'll be like, oh, have you tried this? Have you tried that? What about this? What about that? You know, have we tried these 1,000 things? Come on, keep coming. What's happening? What's happening? If we can set up the camera somewhere that's not going to get blown over, which I don't know where we're going to do that. We'll show you us feeding the crows as well. I don't think I'm going to be able to. Hang on. Oh, you almost had it, Trouble. You almost had it. Ah, you got it. You got it. What about your companion? Nearly, nearly. There will be about 30 or 40 crows come in now. And it's actually very, very good for the dogs to, I'm going to move away from this dog, it's too energetic for us. This way. It's very good for the dogs to improve their impulse control around the crows. You saw there that none of the dogs went after the crows, they went after the biscuit. And so as pets, it helps them to just improve that impulse control process, which is so desired in a pet. Working dogs not so much, we want that drive there, but in a pet we just like them to be a little bit calmer around wildlife. And the crows are a great asset to us because they're very clever. They're very clever, and they don't take any nonsense off the dogs. Let me spin the camera around again. Click here on a mobile device. Click those 3 dots. Hit visit channel and go to the shorts page. Somewhere in there's a video of Biscuit, who's one of our border terriers. It's Alfie's brother. This is a border terrier here. This is Juno. I don't know where Alfie's gone. Alfie's there. It's Alfie's brother. Biscuit's lying down on the grass and one of the crows comes behind, sort of hops, pecks him right on the backside. I know I've kind of maybe given you a spoiler there, but it's very funny. They're very in tune with the dogs and the people around here. Apparently they can like recognise your face for like 25 years and things like that. So we try and treat them well. I don't want the crows pecking me, dive bombing me. I'll show you. As we've came up, there's the lady with the energetic dog that we got away from. And now there's like a walking group coming up here. Barney's barking because he can hear them because they're shouting at each other, they're screaming at each other. Keep coming, guys. In fact, we'll maybe go this way. This way. Good puppies. Oh, there's Harris chasing the crows. Just after I told you a massive story about how it's great for them not to be thingied by them. Come on, Alfie. Go on, young man. Good boy. Good, you guys. Good River. Good puppy. Look at that weather. Right, I'll come back to the chat, sorry. Was I born and raised in Edinburgh? Yeah, I was. I was indeed. I've worked all over the UK, but Edinburgh's my home. Here's the walking group down there. You okay, River? You chasing crows there? They will get the better of you, buds. They will get the better of you. Right, folks, we're going to sign off. I'm going to ping the camera around. I'm going to plonk myself down. We'll get some of the dogs in for a last minute cuddle and smooch. Someone's shouting at us, I think. Not at us. They're looking for their dog. Anyway, thank you to everyone who has tuned in to today's session. Thank you to everyone who has contributed. If you've not done it already, you can become a you can become a subscriber to the channel. Click those buttons up there, and make sure you don't miss out. We'll be live again tomorrow around about the same time. So we'd love to see you then. If we can't see you then, please jump into the comments the next time you see one of our videos. We'd love to hear from you again. And from the team and I, we're going to sign off back to the houses. I'm not at all happy about what's gone. There's women who are clearly looking for their dog, and it must be long gone because we've not seen them. We've definitely not seen them. How you doing, Charlie boy? How you doing? And we don't want to be tarred with the same brush as people who have out of control dogs. So I'm sure you will agree for the whole time that we've been on. They've not been anything but well under control. So thank you again. We will catch you on the next session, which will be this time tomorrow. Until then, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you then. All the best. Bye bye.